This is kind of a response to the friend of the 13-year-old who's dating a 22-year-old guy. While we're doing that, concerns me too, because this guy, that she's seeing, is only 3 years younger than I am, and he's going out with a 13-year-old. Now, I don't know what the legal age of consent is. Everyone pretty much knows that she's underage, and he should know better. But I think legal age of consent for sexual stuff changes depending on what state you're in the US. But in Britain, it's 16 years old, and I'm just thinking a couple of things. First off, where did they meet? Because if they just met in at the weekend at the mall or in a shop somewhere at the music bit, and they got talking, or I like that band too, then at least if it can be okay in this instance, at least that's a bit more okay. But if he's hanging about the school gates checking people out, then you know what I mean, should flag it up with the police. But and if she was my daughter and I found out that a 22-year-old guy she was with a 22-year-old guy and having sexual things with him, I think most guys would kind of go a bit ballistic, a bit mad. You know what I mean? Because 22-year-old guy, well, I think pretty much from puberty, there's pretty much one thing that guys want, and an impressionable 13-year-old who is going to be is going to provide it, isn't she? And at least if the guy was like 15 or something, not statistically, what's the word? At least it would be relatively better than him being 22. Because if the authorities found out about this, it couldn't be charged with something like statutory rape or something. So it's got to be very cautious, about this. If a friend who wrote does go to her parents, it could get him into a shitload of trouble. But if he's going out with 13-year-olds, then I kind of think it should happen. I reckon. Maybe a bit of a bad thing to do, but is she the only 13-year-old that he's gone out with, or is there any more? Because if he's willing to go out with one underage girl, then is he going to do the same with other underage girls? Question has to be asked.